Hi, my name is Steve Pico, and my topic is what we want and what we have, and what they want and what they have. Have you ever heard of the story of the I want this? That's what I call it, the I want this story. Have you heard about once upon a time, there's a man in his car he bought 7 years ago, maybe, old, and he sees somebody with a new car, and he's like, man, I wish I had that car. He's looking at that car like, man, looking at his car like, damn. Little do he know, there's a person on the bike who's looking at his car, pedaling, like, man, I want that car. I wish I had a car. Little do he know, there's another man walking, like, man, I wish I had enough money for that bike. I wish I had a bike. He's not even thinking about a car, because that's not even what he's looking for right now. He can't even afford a bike. He can't even think about a car. And then that person walking, thinking about that bike, little do he know, there's a person in a wheelchair who's thinking, man, I wish I could walk. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we need to just stop and think, like, yeah, we want that. It's a good luxury and everything. But do we need it? There are people in this world that don't have anything to eat. Let me reference this book called A Long Way Home. In A Long Way Home, this kid, Saru, is from India, the poorest part of India, right? Can't eat. What he does for survival is go to railway stations. He does things like dogs. He eats things off the trash cans if people got leftovers, all that. Don't eat. He doesn't eat. He's 5 years old only 5 years old. He's with his brother. His mom works all day, so he got to take care of himself the whole time. And, just think about somebody that has to do all that just in order to eat. And some people, after a long day of work, and I understand this, I'm not going to lie, I understand. You're tired after a long day of work. What you're thinking about in your head is when you go home, that person, either your mom, your dad, your wife, grandmother, or whoever, you're thinking like, man, I'm about to go home and eat good right now. I'm about to go home and eat swell. And when you get home, they make the food that you don't like, or the food that you already ate like 2 days ago. In your head, you're like, wow. You probably so mad you start raging like, yo, I didn't even want this food. I don't even want this. I don't want that. I ate this like 2 days ago. And that's what I'm saying. That reference I just made about that book, The Long Way Home, there are people in this world that don't have nothing to eat. And what we do when we have something to eat, we ungrateful, because we don't want that. Because that's not what I expected. That's not what I wanted right now. I want to eat steak. I wanted to eat good. When there are people that can't even afford steak, probably never even tasted steak. They don't even know what steak look like in person. And this is what my message is for everybody. Instead of wanting things, how about we just want things that we need, not things that we want. Not things that you don't need, you just want. there's a difference between wanting something that you need and just wanting something. Probably want something for luxury or to show off or just to feel better. But always remember, before you act a certain type of way about a certain situation that got to do with food or, things like that I brought in the example in my topic, in my story, just remember there's people in this world that wish to have what you have. And there's things that you just take for granted. And that's what we really need to think about. Thank you.